Farm's been in the family for over 150 years.
So our farm was established in 1904 in the small town of Merrill, which is in the Great Lakes Bay region of Michigan.
This farm has been in my family since 1901.
We grow only conventional corn and soybeans. So we do about half of our acres, about 550 acres of corn and 550 acres of soybeans. And we rotate each year because we think that's better for our soil.
We have been growing corn, soybeans, sugar beets, on occasion some black beans.
The crops we raise: corn, soybeans, non-GMO food-grade soybeans, which are natto, and some tofu beans, and then alfalfa hay.
During the summer on our farm, corn and soybeans need a lot of management. You're constantly scouting fields and making sure you're not lacking anything and that you can act on something you need to act on before it's too late.
During the summer, as we're out scouting in our soybeans, we're looking for a multitude of things. I think we are a big proponent, and the best way to know what's going on in your crop is to be out in your crop. So we're looking for insect pressures, disease pressures. We're also taking, continuing to look at stand establishment.
We currently use satellite imagery so that if there's any kind of issues that are developing in a field, we can see it from the satellite, and then that'll direct us to that part of the field.
Right now, there's a lot of things to look at. I got to check some oil levels in the head. Belt tension, this is the draper head. We're checking chain tension over here. PTO, making sure everything is lubricated properly. The reason we do this is because once we get into harvest, we won't have any equipment failures.
The soil sampling that we use prior to our fertilizer application assists us in determining the correct amount and what is needed on that particular field, that particular area of that field.
As the 5th generation in Palomar Township, if my great-great-grandfather wouldn't have been mindful of water quality and conservation in general, I might not be farming this land today. And I hope that through my efforts, through my son's efforts, and through my dad's efforts, that it might be possible for future generations to farm in this area.
We think it's critical that we take a role in our community. I remember hearing once that every person has a responsibility to reinvest in their industry, but I think that quote also refers to you have a responsibility to invest in your community.
On June 7th, my dad got into an accident on the farm. He ended up breaking his pelvis and was hospitalized for 5 or 6 weeks. When you take one man out of a two-man operation, it really slows things down. Fortunately, there was a large group of help available. In our time of need, a lot of people came forward, showed their support.
It was a very humbling experience for me when I actually became aware of how much help was offered and actually given.
It's important to us here on the farm to be good neighbors, particularly a lot of our neighbors are our relatives, are our friends, known them for a long time.
I can guarantee that every farmer that I know has a strong sense of pride and admiration for the land that they work.
And I think being able to raise our children here and then see our grandchildren be involved in agriculture as well and able to be on the farm is a really good opportunity for them to see that ebb and flow that comes with agriculture and the critical role that agriculture plays in the community and in the food system.
I looked at the opportunity that I had to be raised on a farm, and I look at and think about some of the values that were instilled in me just being around the farm.
It's a livelihood that supports multiple generations